Folks, welcome into a very special stream tonight here on World Class Bullshitters, but it's still Tuesday night, which means I'm here with my co-host, Caffeinated Wolf.
What is going on, Jeff? What's going on, chat? Hail to you all! Hail to the High Council. This is a different one. This is a different one tonight.
Yeah, folks, we wanted to do something a little different because Disney changed courses, and now Ahsoka's out early, and we can watch it together. Eventually, we were going to do the review for the channel, so why not do the first two episodes tonight live with everyone out there in Radioland? But before we get into that, let's take a couple minutes to let some people roll in so they can have a chance to join us live and watch along if they want. Now, folks, we will be giving you context for everything that's going on, as well as commentary. So if you don't have Disney Plus, don't worry about it. You can watch along with us because we are a very entertaining channel. But if you do have Disney Plus, there's no judgment because we're not one of those channels to judge. And watch along with us at home. The show's only been live for about 9 minutes, so even those diehard Star Wars fans can have the patience to wait till we start because you know it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
But
it's gonna be the greatest show ever.
yeah, well, maybe Ahsoka won't be the greatest show, but we're always gearing up for another great one here on World Class Bullshitters. But I wanted to do one thing before we start officially. I wanted to give a shout out, and I'll do this twice this week. This will be the first of two. I want to give a shout out to everybody who came out to Horror Hound. Folks, we had a lot of support. It was awesome. We had a line at the table multiple times throughout the weekend, sold a lot of Stealing Solos, met a lot of cool people, and I got to shake a lot of hands. So I just wanted to tell everyone thank you for joining us this weekend. It was a wonderful experience. Folks, if you missed out, that's okay. I know Indianapolis is a far drive. Nothing's too far for the channel that is the epitome of pop culture, World Class Bullshitters, but we understand that gas is high and, well, it's back to school season for a lot of you. So we are going to put up a lot of channel content from this weekend's con on our Patreon page and our membership program. So you guys will have ample time to check out that content. We'll drop a few little teasers here on the channel for everybody else. We'll drop a few videos here. We have some new shorts that we're debuting here very soon. A regular series, if you will. Every time the Bullshitters get together, we'll be recording a lot of new stuff. And we did that this weekend. This was our most productive convention ever. Normally we get together, we drink a bunch of beers, and we forget what to do. But not this time. No, it's been 4 years since WCBS visited Horror Hound Indianapolis, and we had, well, all the resolve that we needed to do to get everything done. So it was a lot of fun. Dr. Coffin Nails was there. It was a great time. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Dr. Coffin Nails for coming to a wonderful steak dinner. Folks, never miss out on a WCBS event because it is truly world class. And I'll be dropping more of those photos over on Twitter this week. Andrew, I met a big celebrity this weekend.
Oh, do
I
tell.
met I met the one, the only R2D2.
So when you said big celebrity, you were being figurative.
Yes, he is about up to my hip. I didn't realize how much closer I was in height to Chewbacca than I was Han Solo. Because I'm looking at myself next to that full scale R2D2, and I was like, oh, wait, that's me. Oh, shit, I'm pretty tall. Because I don't think of myself as tall, I just think of myself as me. And I always think of R2D2 as this kind of chunky robot. But when you see him in person, he's just a little guy. So here, I'll show the photo this week, folks, so you can see how little R2D2 is. But Andrew, dude, this was one of the craziest weekends we've ever had in terms of positive stuff. So I'll tell you more off air. But the guys and I, we had a hell of a time. And see, folks, we'll start off
That's
with a
awesome.
Star Wars celebrity sighting.
That's awesome to hear, though.
Dude, it was great. I was never concerned about anything because I never really am when it comes to this channel. But I had so much fun. We couldn't even get the table set up before people were coming over. There's going to be a couple interviews of us, folks, that you'll see over the internet. When you do see them, tag us in those so we can check it out because the guys were awesome that interviewed us. But speaking of awesome, I want to thank Rick Johnson, who said he loved Stealing Solo. Well, Rick, thank you for buying Stealing Solo. Folks, Stealing Solo is available at stealingsolo.com. You can get a copy right now, and it has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny. The one, the only Rick Johnson loves it, so you know that means a lot because he has great taste.
That's a
And
glowing
folks,
review.
yeah, it is a glowing review. And a lot of people have been hearing the buzz at Horror Hound over the weekend. They're like, hey, I heard about this on the internet. I got to get a copy. So that was awesome as well. But we're going to take about 5 more minutes just to let a few more people roll in before we start the Ahsoka thing live. Anything else happen over the weekend for you, man?
I had some pretty big things drop on me work-wise that I can't quite talk about just yet, but all I'm going to say is Anybody who has been a supporter of Rippaverse Comics thus far should be sincerely looking forward to it. That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
That is written by the one and only Chuck Dixon of Bat Family fame. So that get excited because you should be.
Oh, dude, I love Chuck Dixon's work. Excuse me, I love him enough. We've had him on the channel here before. It was awesome. He's one of the, the biggest writers we've had on the channel, and I was so excited that whole day. I was just like, oh my god, because there are a lot of comic book names out there, but Chuck Dixon stands above a lot of them, especially the stuff he's brought to the Bat Family, stuff he's brought to Punisher, other books like that.
Not many writers share the same air as Chuck, and that's both, current and past. Not many writers leave an indelible mark upon so many different characters, and he's left a mark on a lot of characters. He has the definitive Robin run with his run on Tim Drake, his definitive Nightwing, his Nightfall, creator of Bane. I haven't actually read his Punisher stuff, but that's because I'm not really much of a Punisher guy. But I know that that's very well remembered. I mean, the guy is he's, put out banger after banger. And Alpha Core is going to be in that conversation at some point.
Great name. I love it. So, folks, we're going to be going live in just a moment. We figured we'd read our first super chat of the night from Xavier to God. He says, so I hear Blue Beetle is Iron Man mixed with Shazam and Venom. Also, Ahsoka is not a Jedi anymore. She left the Order as a Padawan. Did we or did we not say this?
We were just talking about this before we went live, before the show went on air, is that the splash page for the frickin' show says, former Jedi Knight. It's like, excuse me, no, she never made Jedi Knight. She left the Order while she was still a Padawan. That precludes you from knighthood.
Well, look, they got to build her up because everyone, she's the greatest ever, right?
Should have said former Jedi Padawan.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think a lot of these people know exactly what they're talking about.
I'm pretty sure most of them don't, yeah.
But, it is what it is. We're not here to chastise too hard tonight, folks. We're here to have some fun and watch Ahsoka together. One more message, and then we will start Ahsoka. I'm going to put a timer up on screen, so if those who want to join us can watch it live and hear our commentary tomorrow, today, whenever you choose to watch it. But our friend Troubles08 says, a shot for every time Ahsoka says the patriarchy or Jedi Master.
I don't have anything to shoot, and I feel like that might be dangerous within the context of the show. Potentially.
If we do another one of these and enough people send in requests for it to be a drinking one, maybe we can make it happen. I'm still partially feeling it from the weekend where I didn't sleep much and didn't stop drinking. We weren't supposed to have beer at the table, but we somehow snuck 36 beers in the con, and nobody was any the wiser. We may or may not have had those Coca-Cola silicone covers for your beer.
Very nice. Very nice. And nobody was the wiser.
No, and everyone was safe, and we all lived happily ever after. The end. So, Shrubbles08, thank you for that. I know it's going to be a crazy time no matter what happens tonight, folks. So, everybody out there, hit that thumbs up button right now to let YouTube know that you enjoy this content. I know, it sounds like a lot, but it's the best way for this channel to grow, and we'll grow together. Folks, we keep growing to 200K. We're on our way to hashtag building a better bullshitters. So, you can make that happen quicker by spreading the word. It's the biggest way to help the channel. But thank you to everybody who backs us in every single way. So, Andrew, I know we're not the most excited for this show, but folks, get ready. We're going to hit that play button in about 30-ish seconds. So, get yourselves queued up if you're going to watch at home. I know I have, and I know I'm just glowing with excitement.
Oh, yeah, I'm itching. This is way cooler than the Revan and Knights of the Old Republic and Jedi Fallen Order figures that I just recently got from Big Bad Toy Store. I know that much.
Ooh, Big Bad Toy Store, that's the shit. I love that
yes,
place.
It is.
I need to get a sponsorship from them.
Yeah, you do.
Built them up over the
That'd
years.
be freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I need to do more toy adjacent content because everybody I meet goes, I love your toy videos. Like, even people who don't even like toys and shit, they're like, it's just so fun to watch. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I will make more for you. So, folks, I'm heading out into the field. and maybe I'll find another series to make adjacent to that.
I mean, it's a nice niche that you've kind of carved out there that not many other channels cover, and certainly not to the kind of success and audience that you're able to. So,
I'm very fortunate in that regard that people enjoy the voice, enjoy what we do, and yeah, really nobody else has done it like me. So that's kind of my series here on YouTube. So let's take it mainstream, shall we? Well,
yeah.
look at those numbers reach a lot of people, so they're in the mainstream. So, folks, it's time to watch Ahsoka. Yes, I know. But get your timestamp set to 0, and everyone press play right now. Let me start the timer and share the screen so everyone knows where we're at. All right, we got some drumbeat music here, man.
Yep.
Do you like this Star Wars intro with all the different helmet faces?
It's inoffensive to me. I mean, if you have the right music in the backdrop for it, I feel like it can be kind of hype. Like I'll admit the when I first saw the premiere for Mando, that episode 1, and the music was going on in the back for that, I was getting hyped. I was like, okay.
Now, hold on, let's read this to the audience. I do agree with that. The evil galactic empire has fallen and a new republic has risen to take its place. However, sinister agents are already at work to undermine the fragile peace. A plot is underway to find the lost Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn and bring him out of exile. Once presumed dead, rumors are spreading of Thrawn's return, which would galvanize the Imperial remnants and start another war. Former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano captured one of Thrawn's allies, learned of a secret map which is vital to the enemy's plan. Ahsoka now searches for the map as her prisoner, Morgoth Elsbeth, is transported to the New Republic for trial. Alright, there was a crawl, but it wasn't like a Star Wars style crawl. It didn't go back, it went up in red.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but I can't.
It was kind of weird. I don't know why they went that route.
So, folks, we're looking at an overhead shot of a starship. How was it a Star Wars ship? A starship is flying. I guess it looks like a shark's head. Honestly, it's kind of okay looking.
Yeah.
It's just generic.
The design's fine. It's definitely a New Republic ship.
Oh yeah, this looks just like the Home One where Admiral Akbar sits.
It's a
and
trap.
Just like Return of the Jedi. All right, we got a green C-3PO. Or is that a bluish C-3PO? It's cool looking.
I can't tell. It's almost like a dark teal.
Yeah. Oh, somebody needs a clearance code. The comms. Oh, here comes a shuttle.
Oh, that looks like an old Imperial shuttle.
I wonder if that C-3P unit has like a famous voice that we just don't recognize.
Maybe.
Oh, they're Jedi. They're sending the messages, folks.
Oh, yeah. This is gonna end
If
well.
they say it's an older code and it still checks out, I'm gonna die laughing. Oh, he's gonna call their bluff, folks. $5 says that guy's dead in 2 minutes.
I was about to. You beat me to it.
I'm just okay. So, folks, visually this show looks good. I mean, nothing's really happened yet, but it's cinematic. The CGI, they did not cut the corners on this one.
No, not so far anyway.
No, I mean, I can't speak for all the episodes, but this one looks good so far.
That's a practical R2 unit right there, and that looks good.
Let's see how it looks if they show the ship.
Yeah.
Well, it looks okay.
The blending could be better, but it's not the worst in the world. It's better than Kenobi.
Yeah. Whatever the ramp is actually made of, if it's practical or CGI mostly, it looks good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's going to be dead in less than 2 minutes.
The 2 Jedi approach, folks, the ones in the dark robes. He said it's quite a surprise to meet Jedi out here. This guy's gonna get his head chopped off. How do you
Yeah,
think he's gonna
he's
die?
about to die. I think he's just gonna get run through.
I mean, I'm hoping for a decapitation. That means it's a good show, folks. If you have decapitation in the first 5 minutes of anything, it's guaranteed to be good.
The odds are in your favor. Yeah.
R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. Well, the other one
Oh,
pulled out the lightsaber.
okay.
She force pushed some dudes. Oh wait, is this guy
Oh,
gonna
he's gonna have
fucking
him
shoot
shoot
himself in the
himself?
head?
Nope.
Oh damn it!
No, you're not. Ah, I was right.
Ah damn it! I thought his head was gonna fly off. Fuck,
I win.
man. All right, folks in the chat, press 1 for Andrew. He won. That pistol is not gonna do anything.
That ain't gonna do shit. What is with that haircut?
A generic white girl haircut. Oh, she just sliced her in the fucking face.
Yep.
Damn. All right, another one dead. We should keep a body count for this show. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah.
So, folks, that scene from the trailer where Ray Stevenson's Sith Jedi guy is walking down the corridor just gutting people left and right. That's happening right now.
Yeah, I will say that the lightsaber marks that they're leaving on the bodies are pretty light.
Yeah,
Like,
there should
they're
be
leaving
deeper
kind of
gashes.
they're leaving kind of singe marks. Like it's like, okay, you got singed a little. You're not getting cut through.
Is that Ashley Eckstein, the voice actress of Ahsoka? No. That lady's
No,
brown.
that's that bitch from Mando season 2, episode like
Something.
3 or whatever it was. When
Lady
he met
Morgan.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
I'm glad we're getting 2 episodes so we can have more than a 50-minute episode, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one, and that also gives us a couple of minutes to talk about it afterwards if we want.
Yeah, let's see. While people are here in the chat, hey everybody joining us tonight. TLJ Screwjob sent us a very nice super chat. He says, "A new republic has risen? Oh, you mean the one that allows casino planets with enslaved children to exist? This is why we hate before the show even comes out, because nothing good will come of this." What was the name of the episode? I was clicked away on the screen for a moment.
Shit, I'd have to go back.
Don't go
It's just
back.
called
I was
Part 1.
Okay.
Like I like Rosario Dawson in the casting. I wish that they had done her Leku correctly.
Her what?
Her Leku, the tendril things are part of her head.
Oh, okay. Shit, you're a better Star Wars fan for me in this moment. I just always called them the tendrils.
They're supposed to be much long. In fact, in Rebels, they're longer, as I understand, and thicker as well. So they should have been a lot closer to a Shakti's in Episode 3.
There's another, or just a random slow shot of Ahsoka being deep and contemplative, and then she uses lightsabers to cut a hole in the ground and fall.
Okay,
in. That was cool.
I mean, yeah, it looked cool. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, what are these?
They look like they're ripped out of the Fifth Element. They're wall carvings we're looking at.
Yeah, we're looking at like runes and wall carvings in this little cavern that or chamber that Ahsoka just dropped into. Each one of these kind of carved in figures is holding some sort of a sphere.
This is very Raiders of the Lost Ark. She's listening to a piece of stone, and she's running her fingers over it like it's Braille that plays audio clips.
Is she trying to like? Okay, so she's just opening it. I was trying to sort out if she was like trying to feel the force through it, because Ahsoka does not have force psychometry as an ability. of hers, where you can like sense echoes in the force when you touch objects, um, and learn things about them, hear memories from people that came in contact with them. She doesn't have that ability, but it doesn't look like that's what they were doing here, thankfully.
Again, you're the better Star Wars fan tonight. I didn't even know those things existed.
It's a fairly rare ability, so not many characters have it. Cal has it in Jedi Fallen Order, as
Oh.
well as um, oh gosh, super popular Jedi that I'm totally blanking on right now.
These look like Mobius carvings on the wall, which
Yeah,
I like. So far, again, folks, the show looks fine. It doesn't look
visually
terrible.
it. Yeah, visually the practical effects that they have here so far. That's right. Thank you, Elusive Man, Keelan Voss. Yeah,
Oh, that guy. I do know him.
yeah, Keelan Voss. He in fact his species, his race, it's common in, but outside of his race it's very rare.
So every time she turns one of these platforms, the light on the wall turns on, just like a
Hmm.
puzzle in Legend of Zelda.
It's also like a puzzle in Jedi Fallen Order.
So what you're telling me is this show isn't wholly original, and they're just kind of copying a game that was already out.
Kinda, yeah. Actually, this is honestly reminding me of several different puzzles in Jedi Fallen Order.
This show is just a fucking video game, and now an Xbox is on the obelisk, so it's just like okay, it completes the whole thing.
Yeah,
Lucasfilm prefers Microsoft, folks. Get your pitchforks.
I'll say the texturing on her Leku looks far better in this than it did in Mandalorian. It looks like they put in more effort on them. They're still not as long as they're supposed to be, but they don't look like glossy, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. What do you
They
think of the
actually
music
look
so far?
textured. The music's not bad. It doesn't feel out of place. It feels like it fits within the Star Wars universe.
Is she gonna take a bite of the golden apple? So, folks, she picked up a golden sphere that looks a lot like a thermal detonator. It's not a thermal detonator. I'm just trying to give you visual context.
I'm guessing that this is the map that we were being referred to earlier. Got a bad
Yeah.
signal in there. You're working off 3G.
And then she just force jumps to the top through the hole. Is that? It looks like a red Darth Vader from a distance, but it's a random droid.
Yeah, it's an assassin droid, I'm guessing. So we're about to be able to judge the choreography in this episode, I think.
It's a cool sounding robot voice.
Yeah. Oh, us. Okay. Oh.
It's a herd of robot murder droids, and they look
Hmm.
kind of cool.
Okay, they got vibro stabs.
And she's got two lightsabers.
Yeah, one full, one Shoto blade. Oh, so there's four of them now. Okay. All right. Choreography has been dog shit in Disney Star Wars. Let's see if this falls in line with that or if they upped their game.
I mean, I hope they have. I'm very anxiously watching this.
Yeah. Is she gonna drop into the hole and fight him in more close quarters? Yep. Oh,
So she.
or we're just
I love how we're like, hey, the fight choreography could be whatever, and then we don't even see it. Uh. It's. It's a.
it's
Uh,
okay, I guess.
it's
Like
more
we
like the shitty than it is good.
yeah. Well, Rob, they weren't. She wasn't flailing about wildly. I'll give that much. But the choreography was very minimalistic.
Yeah, she like flew across the sky like Batman and landed and did a couple moves.
And my issue with that is that that makes sense Oh, they're about to blow.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
And Ahsoka's running to her ship,
Eh.
and she's running to get onto the ramp of the spaceship as the ground she's on is being destroyed by the droid self-destruct.
Wow.
Some
That's
power. Jesus
powerful.
Christ! What the hell were in those droids?
Right? Each one of those had practically a nuke in them.
Yeah, folks, the whole ground just for miles just got destroyed like a firebombing.
Just from self-destruct.
Ahsoka has a robot friend. This droid's not going to get annoying quick.
Nope. Not at all.
The He looks like a miner droid, like a coal miner type of thing with the helmet
Yeah.
and weird eyes. It's weird too. The droid reminds me of robotic Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Oh yeah. We got some
More
X-wings.
spacious. Yeah, X-wing's my second favorite ship in Star Wars.
Hmm.
They look good.
Yeah. No, Alec Campbell. I don't believe Baby Yoda is in this. I don't think we're going to see Grogu.
That will make me happy. Wait, this a home one? That is the one from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, well then.
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, Rod Thunderheart. Thank you for that super chat.
Rod Thunderheart.
That ship got messed up.
Yeah. Well, the integration of the green and the actors and all this stuff looks good again.
Yeah.
It's so weird that we have to talk about the effects. Like, well, maybe the ship landing didn't look that great.
It's because there's been a consistency issue with Disney Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
A major like this set right here looks fine, though it's a little minimalistic in the back there. This is what Hera is that?
Yeah, Sandula or somebody like that. Yep, there you go. Her
She doesn't
green
look
skin
happy about
makes me
that.
unsettling. Or unsettled, excuse me. It's weird.
Lazy Hashira says, please do more live reactions. Well, we'll see how this goes. And if,
Yeah,
if
folks.
you all respond well to it. Oh, well, that's helpful.
I love the security camera footage they have in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So they're still watching the projection of the Jedi imposters who killed all the people on the ship. So,
Ewan McGregor's girlfriend is playing Hera, apparently.
oh, let me look who that is. Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I know her. I liked her from 10 Cloverfield Lane.
That movie was interesting. That's the best thing I can say about it, I think.
I bought that movie I saw it in theaters. I bought it on Blu-ray, and then I got it on 4K just because.
It was certainly better than the third one.
I thought it was better than the first one.
I I have a lot of love for the first one. My dad and I enjoy watching that one together.
I do like found footage movies.
Yeah.
So Ahsoka and Hera are still talking on the bridge of the ship.
They're basically discussing the possibility of Thrawn still being alive. Why? Of course it is.
Haha. Of course it'll have eluded you, man. Oh, Ahsoka and her knowing sighs.
Mm-hmm.
Who can help her with it? Oh, we don't in the audience. Tell us. Who is she? I know she's probably the chick from the trailer, so it's not really a surprise.
Yeah. Who apparently gains force powers or learns how to use the force now all these years later
Of course it's
or
how it's
something
gonna
like
be.
that.
It's
Like
one
she
of these
becomes her
types of
apprentice,
shows.
which makes absolutely zero sense.
Holy shit, Clancy Brown. There we go.
How about that?
This looks a little weird, like
This seems
almost
super
Star
out of
Trek-y.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It looks too clean. Too bright.
It's like they really live in a utopian society after their empire died, but this is next level weird.
Yeah.
At least it looks good, like it doesn't look shitty. The CGI's on point.
Yeah, the quality it looks good. It just what did they just paint art from freaking Rebels onto that wall?
There's
Wow.
like a real one of those that they painted at a convention, so they just like threw it in there.
Oh wow.
Sabine Wren, they can't find her.
Yeah, that's the character I think we're looking for, or that Ahsoka's looking for.
Now Clancy Brown, the diplomat, is pissed off. That looks too much like a Ralph McQuarrie painting. Governor Azadi, that's a cool name. So again, for context, folks, Sabine Wren was supposed to get a commendation,
Yeah.
and she's nowhere to be found. So she has besmirched Governor Azaldi, or whatever his name was, and she's on her motorcycle, Akira style. This is literally just like a...
And this is like the opening to the first Abrams Trek right
Oh
here.
yeah, with a rock song instead of, well, sabotages rock. Why does Star Wars rock music sound just like Japanese rock music?
That's a good question. A better question is why this song also feels like a knockoff Sabotage.
Because this is just copying the opening to J.J. Abrams' Star Trek right now. Oh
Why? And I actually unabashedly like that movie, but I don't need that in this.
I don't have any problem with that movie. I bought it twice, so... Oh, she's sassy.
Uh,
How long until we get a Ray level character?
oh God, we're not there yet, but
I think she'll be it.
probably. This is not necessary. You are not Maverick.
No, and now this spacecraft is landing on the freeway, and yes,
I
this
guess
is
it's
just
an empty freeway at least.
Hey, where the
And
fuck is everybody?
she's the only one there. Is literally everybody else back at the ceremony? Is that?
I guess so. It's that important. Okay, folks, she's playing chicken with a parked, not X-wing, and it's supposed to be. It's fine. It's not that intimidating.
I feel like her open jacket should be flailing a little bit more at that speed.
Now the Force is protecting her, bro. Don't be
Oh,
sexist.
don't fucking start.
Yeah, that jacket and hair are barely
It's
moving.
like barely moving. Like, what are you talking about? You are going like 15 miles an hour.
And then we had a shot of her butt, and then she went on.
I mean, that's a cool move, but this sequence feels so out of place in Star Wars.
Yeah,
I could have seen Jim Kirk do that.
this feels like Star Trek, 100%.
Yeah, like that would have been a Kirk move. I would have bought that out of Kirk. But this is Star Wars. Or maybe Han Solo, I guess.
They mean they copied that from Han Solo. I feel like this is
Mm-hmm.
how he fought. What was it, Dengar? And they had a swoop chase that was a lot like that.
Yeah. Oh, she's a cat lady too, of course.
Oh wow, here we go.
That's what we needed. All
It looks like
right.
a porg with 4 legs.
I don't know enough about her yet to call her insufferable, but if your pet is a cat, you automatically start at negative points.
And she's gonna cut her hair like we saw in the trailer, so she's gonna, fight the cause. That puppet's
Yeah,
kind of
Darian,
creepy.
that's what I'm saying. That is straight out of the opening to JJ's first Trek film. Which again, y'all can hate me in the chat, you already do. I actually like that movie, though I never claimed to be a Star Trek fan. I know piss all about Star Trek, but I don't need Star Wars to feel like Star Trek.
Neither do I.
Star Wars is supposed to feel very unique from all other sci-fi.
Oh, she's got a Jedi communicator. Well, that's not a Jedi communicator, but it looks like one. Was it a hologram thing? Yeah, that's what it was. I know these are clone or Rebels characters, but if you haven't seen Rebels, like, I don't
Yeah,
care about these characters yet.
yeah, I don't see how you would care about these characters if you haven't watched that.
Like, I'm not gonna watch a cartoon to get ready for this show.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, not interested. I know, Darian. Most Star Trek fans do. I believe this is supposed to be Ezra.
Yeah, I got the subtitles on. It credits him
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Hey, Andrew, use your brain.
and use the Force.
Ah.
I'm not gonna lie, that weird Japanese sounding song was pretty cool.
Yeah, it just didn't feel. I mean, it felt out of place in Star Wars.
It belongs in Fast and Furious or like an early 2000s Motorola commercial.
Yeah, there you go.
Or any PlayStation 2 game. Like, that would have been a fucking banger track with a PS2 launch game. Like Midnight Club 1 or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, yeah. That was a popular Rockstar title that nobody remembers.
Yeah, dude, I used to watch extended play back in the day, so I knew about every game. I was such a game nerd back then. Okay, so we're at the ruins of a temple built
Oh,
by,
this chick's supposed to be a Night Sister? Hold up.
yeah.
She don't look
She's
like no
a witch.
Night Sister.
Enlighten me
Hold
about
up.
the Night Survivors, please. Or the Night Sisters.
The Night Sisters are kind of force sensitive. They use the force in a different way. It's like magic, like more literal forms of magic. Think of it in terms of more like fantasy, um, like witchcraft type stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they don't look just. Their skin tone doesn't look like that. They don't have a normal skin tone. They're pale white. What in the actual F? Well, I'll text you a picture of what the Night Sisters look like. That's it's telling me that she's supposed to be a Night Sister.
They're going to Planet Lethal, folks. When is the bottom going to drop out of this? I'm
I have no
waiting.
idea.
It's still like fine.
Yeah, it's inoffensive outside of
Her.
putting freaking Star Trek and Star Wars. Just why? Nobody asked for that.
Oh, she's having a nightmare about Ezra Bridger. Got the biggest ears in Star Wars. Uh-oh, her console's going off. She's probably
Hmm.
detected something. Oh, there's Ahsoka's ship. I like how they only have enough in the budget for that thing to fly in a single style trajectory because it's like that same shot from that
Yeah, they're
same
just kind of
perspective.
reusing it.
Yeah, and then it's just there.
That's a good catch.
Well, we are world class after all, man.
Indeed.
Yeah. See, now we know why the highway was so dead.
Yeah.
Hu Yang. That
Okay.
droid has self awareness that eludes C3PO.
I mean, if we're using C3PO as the bar there.
I feel like that droid would have knew that Han and Leia were trying to get it on and would have left him alone.
You are likely correct.
And his name is Hu Yang. That's such a shitty name.
They're trying to make it deliberately, blatantly Asian.
Everything is in this show. Her, Hu Yang. Like, you think anybody will get offended in the future like they do with the Newt Gunray and all those guys?
I don't know, maybe.
Ahsoka's is that was a really pointlessly long shot of her walking. I know that's a weird
Yeah,
thing to say. It was just a
I don't know what
weird
the point of
shot.
that was.
This is the worst single take idea ever. It's like it starts with them walking into the room. The girl stands there while Ahsoka walks across the floor for what feels like 10 seconds straight. Then she turns around. Then she walks down. It's
There's just random ass scribbles all around on her walls like she's a freaking first grader.
bro, it looks like she likes Totoro, okay? Those look like Miyazaki creatures. Like
Da,
seriously, this looks
da,
like
da,
Miyazaki
da,
art
da,
and
da.
droids. God, this show definitely wants to be Star Wars set in Japan.
It really
But
does.
modern Japan.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Ahsoka's got a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee in the big time. Oh yeah. It was a long weekend. Ah, her ship is a space saver. I mean, she fucking flips a switch and there comes the stuff out of the ground. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You think she got it at IKEA? Space
Maybe.
IKEA? Spikea?
Codex or Cipher.
This is just like The Force Awakens and not in a good way. Because there is no good way to be like that movie.
Ask your mom.
That
What?
was such a weird transition.
Yeah.
It's like she was waiting. Some of this is weirdly like paced.
Yeah.
Of course you do, Ahsoka. You're perfect in every way. So wasn't Ahsoka resurrected twice? Like, did she die
Once.
twice in canon or something?
Once.
That's still too much.
And then Dave Filoni invented the world between worlds and time travel in Star Wars for the sole purpose of resurrecting her.
I'd like to go enter the space between worlds before any of this shit happened and undo it.
That'd be great.
Oh, she's one of those people.
Eh.
It should just cut with her going to the bathroom. Well, they're gonna fail. They do have another war. Thanks, Ahsoka.
You played yourself. She's gonna leave
Well,
with it
that's
anyway. We've already established that she doesn't listen to rules and
and
orders.
Ahsoka already knows because she's got the Force and she can hear her heartbeat or whatever. I don't know. This show's gonna be a show of no obstacles. Yeah, of course I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I told you not to do it because I knew you would. You'd think for yourself, or
Yeah. Hmm.
so they're reconstructing the hilts of these lightsabers, like they do with that scene in The Dark Knight, folks, with computers and Hu Yang.
Who rang? Hmm.
Oh, you're from the Jedi Temple. Okay.
Well, here we go. Build up.
Balin Skull.
Hmm. Quite the name.
Yeah.
I mean, always two there are.
Yes, no more, no less. Yes, thank you, Hu Yang.
Okay, thanks, bye.
If you wanted her not to leave, you should have taken off and gone to fucking space. What's she gonna do? Be able
Right.
to breathe in no atmosphere?
Yeah, like we knew this was gonna happen.
Sweeping music plays. Play that fucking Japanese rock. That was cool.
God.
Now this just sounds like the Dark Knight music. Ah. The
Uh-uh.
probe droid is on her tail. At least the pacing of this show is solid.
Yeah, I will say it's paced better than most of what I've seen on Disney Plus thus far.
It just keeps going. It's like there's no lull. It's like, and here all this shit. There we go. These like murder bot things are fucking cool looking though. I like their helmets. They look like Imperial helmets.
They kind of do, yeah.
There's that fucking space cat.
Why cats?
So the Mary Sue gives it a good review.
Insufferable twats, the Mary Sue.
So she's back in her apartment with her cat, trying to decipher the map. And she has an overhead projector that's actually a digital projector. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of old school. It feels.
Yeah, I like how that's their old school. It's just like a perfectly 3D hologram.
Yeah.
It's just like the projector. It's like, oh, that's the only way we distinguish it. I'm glad there's a galactic standard for definition in their transmissions.
Oh yeah. And they're clearly running off 720p there.
Yeah. Remember, 720p used to be the maximum for like a couple years.
If you ask Nintendo, it still is. That just kind of came out, didn't it?
That's too funny.
Shit.
If I had a button, it would just say burn right now. That was a good one, dude. You knew she was gonna run off Ahsoka? Come on now. The way this lady's dressed, it just feels like a cartoon character come to life. Like
Yeah.
normal living creatures wouldn't dress like that uptight.
And you never were.
Okay, maybe this acting isn't that good right now.
Times? All the time.
Yes, Anakin did. So you're not a master or a knight.
Yep.
You're just. You're
Glad we got that out of the way.
Why does Star Wars always try to deconstruct the Jedi and everything?
I wish I knew. It's not necessary.
No, it's not. It is not at all.
Character deconstruction is by and large lazy and done by wannabe Alan Moores who think they're going to write the next Watchmen.
Is that a Celtic logo in the middle of the projector? It just looks like a traditional design we use in the real world. It's like, all right, they go to Space Ireland.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah, Ireland's cool.
Do they have a lot of beer?
Yeah, all their galactic ales, Carillion ale.
I mean, I'm here
Carillion
for that.
Ale.
It literally just looks like a Celtic Trinity knot.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's That's really just repurposing something.
That is a Celtic Trinity knot.
I guess people can hear us watching live. They realize that took us out of the moment. They're like, sometimes people are like, why do people mention these things? If it doesn't take you out of the moment, it kind of did take us out of the moment.
Yeah. I have heavy Celtic heritage. I'm like, why is that in here?
Maybe because Clancy Brown and I don't know. I can't tie it together.
What would the aliens on Space Ireland look like? Red furred, sort of lean and freckly, wearing green, possibly tall, lean green version of leprechauns. That's funny.
I don't know what she's doing with her Wacom tab, but she's like breaking down the.
What you trying to draw there, lassie?
And now it's just the Celtic knot.
Ah.
Now she's gonna figure out how to use the.
Watch it just be a button.
If that's a button that opens it up, that's the worst. Like, how would you not have felt that? Like, I gotta find out if it's that stupid before I get mad. Wait. Really?
She's gonna twist it like a cipher and then push it in like a button.
Better not press a fucking button. The only button I won't press is thumbs up here, folks.
Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a spherical puzzle box straight out of Hellraiser. Got it. What hell
This is basically a spherical Rubik's Cube. Okay, so it wasn't a button. That's more tolerable.
And now it's projecting from a projector. A place in space where they're gonna go.
I guess so.
And now she's off to look at the stars.
Oh.
Wow. The cat saved her from a death droid. Okay, this droid isn't that cool if she's just doing punches and kicks and she... How did she fucking fight a droid with karate?
It's metal!
Yeah, like, her elbows, she's fucking... Oh, man. And this was going so well until that stupid shit happened.
Oh, what the hell? She just judo chopped a robot.
And, like, beat its ass.
Yeah.
She can't be stopped. Now she's gonna best the other robot by making it shoot itself in the fucking foot. Alright, welcome to Ray 2.0, folks. Here we go. We're only, what? Fucking...
we were doing
minutes?
all right.
We're in 47 minutes.
We were doing all right, but they couldn't help themselves.
Yeah, you do. That was a fucking stupid scene.
Yeah. Like, I would have bought that if they had given her something heavy and blunt to at least hit him with. But she punched him.
Oh, yay. She has a secret lightsaber. She's ready to fight now. That's what they've been looking for, is the Ezra Bridger lightsaber. I found that at Ollie's a long time ago, dude. And so now this new girl is going to fight the warrior chick who's been killing people left and right.
Like, look, I get it. She's Mandalorian, but still, you don't bare hand punch a droid. Mandalorian or not. Like, that'd be a hard sell even with Cara Dune. And she's built like a brick shithouse.
Okay, so the choreography, man, we gotta judge it. Okay, let's not judge it yet. Because you can already tell what I think of it.
Oh, man.
This is so poorly fucking shot. Why is it over her shoulder so close?
I know. It's like, are you trying to make this a first-person game? This is like a Bethesda game right now.
They're trying to hide how they can't fucking get actors to fight.
Yep.
This is sad.
Gosh, why is Disney just so averse to hiring choreographers?
Because lightsabers are too violent.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You like cut off a body part or something.
Fucking hell.
I would love if in a dramatic movie where you can fly a spaceship on a planet, you go so fast you accidentally overshoot your destination and have to turn back around.
She's lit. She's barely done anything. She's just held the lightsaber straight up in front of her most of this fight.
Yeah, this sucks.
She's a Mandalorian.
It's a woman in Star Wars. She's got to be perfect.
Fuck.
Well, at least we have 2 episodes to see how shitty this stuff gets.
She's a Mandalorian. If anybody should know how to freaking hand to hand combat, it's her. Oh.
Oh, cool! She got stabbed! At least she went down swinging. You know what they should do is use the guns on the ship and shoot the other one.
Yeah, there you go.
They never outrun that shit. So, this girl not only was an amazing fighter, then she got stabbed and is going to survive. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, of course. She's got to survive long enough to chop off all her hair.
Yeah. For our friend Ray. Okay.
No, we don't like Ray.
The other Ray.
Oh, other Ray. Fine.
All right, folks, we're going to hit pause here, directed by Dave Filoni. Yeah, I can tell.
I could, yeah. What gave it away?
Yeah. Good old fucking Dave Filoni. Let's check in with the audience, give our thoughts, a couple things like that. So first off, folks, thank you for watching. We're not done yet. We're going to do the second episode as well. So we're just going to pause that so people who are joining us know that they can still catch up with us. But our pal, Xavier to God, thank you very much for your very generous super chat. He says, so talk to a so-called Spider-Man fan who claims he's been a fan for a long time, owns the 70s movie on VHS, but then says he doesn't understand why people like Spectacular Spider-Man and that Amazing Spider-Man is more accurate than 2002. More accurate to what? Because, there are certain elements that they borrow from the comics book, they adapt from the comic book more closely, like the web shooters. Some people say Peter Parker's accent, things like that. But Sam Raimi stuff just borrows from like specific from specific comic book arcs. So it's like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is just Amazing Spider-Man 50 the book. That's how it works. But
yeah, I think the more accurate thing to say is that the movies are each taking from either different points in time in the comic book run and different story arcs. Like the characterization and the stories that are being used for Sam Raimi's films are very much reminiscent of that John Romita, even some Steve Ditko. You get that vibe from those films, whereas comparatively, while they're not directly adapting specific stories, the tone and the characterization for the Amazing Spider-Man films, Right, Wrong, Around the Bend, are actually pretty damn accurate to the character post 90s. So it really just depends on what you're looking at and what you're looking for, because they're both accurate in their own way, just in they're seeking to adapt it in different ways.
I agree with that.
Either way, they're both night and day more accurate than frickin' Iron Boy.
Our friend Rod Thunderheart says, "Hail Jeff and guest. Sorry, I gotta run 6 hours north, so to bed early, so 1:30 workout can be gotten. Stretching full splits again. We'll catch in the morning. Well, Rod Thunderheart, thank you." Adam Wofford says, "Wait, so there's an Apple of Eden from Assassin's Creed?" Yeah.
I was honestly thinking that when I saw that too.
I mean, this does feel like Assassin's Creed meets Star Wars, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Rod Thunderheart again says, "Hail WCPS, just a few bucks to help keep the lights on. I have no faith in Disney Star Wars and the final word, because that's the word of Rod." Well, I believe the word of Rod. And yeah, it kind of got dumb at the end. It started out good, and then
The pacing was fine. Visually, it was mostly solid with a couple of like, all right, they needed to blend that a bit better moments. That like even the choreography, that brief choreography with Ahsoka at the beginning was passable. But like I want better than that. But that at the end, that fight with Sabine and what's her bitch, like why? That was so bad. I can't even call that choreography.
No, it was dumb. It really was as bad as we're making it out to be, folks. They just keep getting crappier. TLJ Screwjob says, "I hope you guys have watched the Clone Wars and Rebels. Otherwise, the flagship show will be confusing. Also, so much for Last of the Jedi you will be." Yeah, I thought of that when I read that screen hit a moment ago. That's kind of disappointing. The whole Last of the Jedi you will be line from Return of the Jedi means nothing. It's like another way to make Luke Skywalker less special.
Yep. Can't have that.
No, well, they're still doing it. Overkill 161 says, "The thing sounds like the Golden Girls in space." Yeah, I could see that. I guess Sophia would be Ahsoka. No, B. Arthur would be Ahsoka. That's it. I don't know. Golden Girls in Space or Spold and Spurls sounds a lot more fun. Adamus, with his super chat from the audience membership program, says, "Caffeinated Wolf, that was a nice burn, sir."
Oh, that Nintendo remark, I assume.
Yeah.
That was just, it kind of just came out. I say that as somebody that plays a lot of Nintendo games, but I also know their faults.
Adam Wofford says, "Only Mace Windu had that force power."
Which force power?
Which one? I do not know. Now, I'm going to step away for just a quick second while we get the next episode queued up. So, Andrew, if you could hold down the fort for just about a minute or 30 seconds, I'll be right back.
Yeah, got it. Let's see what else you guys are saying in ye old chat. Appreciate you all hanging out in here. Once again, please do hit that like button on your way in. It does help us with the algorithm. Lets YouTube know that you guys are enjoying the content, and that's more important than anything else. That's what we want here. We want you guys to be having a good time with us. Whether you are enjoying Ahsoka or not, we're hoping you're enjoying our reactions to it, because we all have a good time with you guys here. Girl bosses, girl bossing. I mean, like, not even Ahsoka was really girl boss in there. And then there was just that one moment with Sabine. Like, you're gonna punch a droid, you're gonna punch an assassin droid. Okay. That was not necessary. There were a million and one ways they could have handled that scene to make it make sense. Like, all she would have to do is, like, I don't know, grab a pipe or something that's sitting right next to her, and then that's fine. That would then be passable for me. Punch a droid? I'm sorry. Like, you're with your bare hands, no less. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for 2 seconds. Oh gosh. I just when did Ahsoka learn Terrace Kai's? I don't know. I don't know. Got nothing. Dusk Blight for $20. Thank you for that super chat. So Sabine was trained how to use a lightsaber by Freddie Prinze Jr. in Rebels to fight an Imperial Mando for the dark saber in a duel to the death. She won, but that fight was at least earned and was better done. Right. Well, I mean, that's the thing with animation. You know, you can do the duels very well. You can choreograph the animation well enough. And though I haven't seen all of Clone Wars, the lightsaber duels that I've seen in that are done well enough. But I think with Disney Star Wars, it's a couple of things. One, I think they're too darn stubborn to hire legitimate choreographers so that their stuff doesn't look like ass. And then two, and this one's probably tied into the former, they also don't want to deal with the actors and actresses having to learn the choreography because it's not easy. Like I've done fight choreography before when I was in film school, and it's not easy. Like, and some people pick up on it quicker than others, but still, like, it doesn't matter. This is your job. You took this role, learn the thing. You know, that's my stance on it anyway. And I'm always frustrated whenever movies cut corners to try and fake the audience into believing that the choreography is there and that it's happening by using trick shots and quick cuts and things like that. I'm like, sorry, nope. I see what you're doing. You are stopping the shot right at the perfect moment to try and make me believe that this person knows what the hell they're doing, when in point of fact, they do not.
No, it looked like a fan film.
Yeah, that I've seen better choreography in fan films. that's the saddest part. Oh, Garth Vader, you're referring to Shatterpoint. Yeah. Well, Windu was one of the only characters that knew that force power, that understood how to use the force in that way. There was a character in, I forget if it was the New Republic or New Jedi Order era, that also had that. It was it Cade? It might have been Cade, or not Cade. It was one of them. I'm almost positive. I'd have to ask Alora. Alora's the expert in that, not me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask her a lot of questions.
She is. I defer to her on all things Star Wars, pretty much. Though I will say she tends to defer to me when it comes to Old Republic quite a lot, because Old Republic isn't like her main focus. Her main focus is like the trilogy, everything that Lucas did, and then all of the like old EU stuff. She's the expert on.
She's the expert, Mark.
Yeah.
Now, folks, it's time to start that second episode. So everyone, yeah, I know. Everyone, get your timestamp set to 0. We're going to press play in just a moment. Not yet, but let me get everything queued up here. Andrew, do you have everything queued up?
I do.
All right, folks, go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Episode 2 live. I guess we'll keep the recap going since,
Yeah, just for the sake of keeping the timestamp correct with everybody else.
Previously on Ahsoka. These shows would be better with the X-Men narrator.
No, they'd be better with the Dragon Ball Z narrator.
Previously on Ahsoka. This girl wrote I can't even fucking do it. Like, it's too intense for me.
Yeah, so we're doing the usual recap. Hopefully the recap's very brief. I don't like when recaps are like 2 or 3 minutes long. It's like, why didn't you dedicate that to the episode?
Yeah. So they can cut corners and make them shorter.
Yeah.
So we keep finding out these shows are in the hundreds of millions of dollars to produce. What do you think this one's gonna? Where do you think this one's gonna fall? Higher or lower end of the spectrum?
I think its budget's going to end up being probably higher than Mando's season 3 was.
It's definitely looking like it's going to be. It's a very nice looking show, but they didn't cut corners anywhere, even when they should have. These wonderful, colorful helmets.
Yeah. It won't pull Kenobi numbers. I don't know, honestly. It's too early to say. This is only the first day that these episodes have been out.
This just looks like Broke Dead Cloud City from this angle. I mean, that sounds too cynical. I guess it's a good thing because it very much looks like original trilogy era Star Wars. It looks like shit Ralph McQuarrie would have painted.
Yeah.
but it almost looks too close to what the paintings look like, and everything else kind of has its own real world look added to it.
Yeah.
How can you talk your way out of this, Sabine? You were told to stick around, then you got stabbed. So, this is your fault.
Well, that sucks. You had one job.
Yeah, and you failed.
Well, 0 for 3.
Do you think they'll ever get over this mess?
Do I what?
Do you think they'll ever get over this mess, or are they screwed and that's the whole series?
Uh, that's a good question. Maybe the whole series is a freaking fetch quest to go get that map back. How do we know how many episodes Ahsoka's supposed to be?
I will look that up. I'm going to guess 8.
Because based on how many episodes are, we can kind of derive how the pacing should be for the series.
It is 8 episodes. It'll
It's
end
8.
on
Okay.
October 3rd.
Okay. Oh yeah, Brian Kim. Of course, Sabine's alive. They couldn't kill off a character that had been around prior to this. It's not like this is Han Solo.
That just makes me sad.
I'm sorry. He's my favorite from the OT.
Shame. It's not Star Wars without Han Solo.
It's just a flesh wound.
That'd be a lot of fun to watch. I mean, this isn't insufferably bad to watch. It's just. It's like back to being what it was before it got stupid. But it
Yeah.
also got stupid, so I'm kind of angry.
Yes. Exactly that.
Cetos, and it's just a big sea planet.
I guess.
What a lame name.
That's man. That's
Hoth
like
should have been called Snodius, or
yeah, that's like
fucking. What else is there?
that's like all of the Digimon names. This is Gatomon. It's a cat. Thanks.
I forgot how basic that show was.
Like I actually enjoyed this show, but like the names for things were just like, really, guys? This
Look,
one looks like the devil. What's his name? Devilmon.
They knew they were a Pokemon ripoff, and they had the budget of a Pokemon ripoff, so
Yeah,
it was what it had to be.
true enough. All 2 of your toes. Okay. Wait. Why
What?
is she? How does she have force psychometry? She doesn't have force psychometry.
She's got every power because she's a woman.
She is all of the Jedi. What the hell? Ahsoka does not have force psychometry.
She does now, and it's time for you to accept it, you sexist bigot, or else you're part of the problem. You want to be part of the problem? I didn't think so.
I guess I'm part of the problem.
It's that goddamn cat. You know that Flurkin thing's gonna be fucking in every episode.
Yeah. Oh, of course it will be.
So, folks, for context, Ahsoka is now at Cat Lady's house, Sabine Wren, and she's exploring the remnants of the crime scene that Sabine created by stealing the orb map. Yeah, these are words. Um, this is fine. There's not a bunch to say right now.
Yeah. But again, visually, everything checks out.
Yeah.
But
Man, these murder droids are not intimidating at all.
not anymore, they're not.
Let this be known, an hour and 20 minutes into this Ahsoka stream, my opinion of those battle droids have changed. They were fucking cool, and now they're fucking lame.
Yeah. In very short order.
She ripped that one's head off with her bare hands.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm sure these Rebels fans are like nutting their pants right now. It's like, oh my god, they're just standing around like in the show.
Oh my god, Sabine, Ahsoka, Ren. Okay. Maybe, Jeremy, I don't know.
You can recover the droid. Wow, that's just a test. It's like there's no problems. Oh, you can just so happen to use this new thing. Like, it's like in Wild Wild West when they could look through the dead guy's eyes and see the last thing he saw.
Oh god.
Oh, we definitely will, Shadowworks Media. We definitely will. I know we all thought Dave Filoni was going to be better at Star Wars than J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson, but he's bad on a different level.
Well, Greg Kirby, I don't know what you were expecting in terms of Ahsoka being a female-focused show. Ahsoka's a female character.
Radio Man,
character.
we're on the second episode. Hu Yang, you suck.
Good job, robot.
Han Solo's planet is where that droid's from.
Interesting.
All the men were removed in post, Andrew. So
Oh, that makes all the sense in the world now.
Hu
One
Yang's
way or
being
another, we're
played by
seeing
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
we're seeing all Filoni characters here, one way or the other. I mean, not yet. It's not. I'll say that much. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's because Ahsoka isn't entirely insufferable, and that's really more of a credit to Rosario Dawson than anything else.
Is this woman ever gonna fucking stop being a hologram and just be there with them?
I don't know.
It's like she's got all this time to just stand around and be in hologram. So she's, her other goals and jobs are not being met. So it's like, there's no excuse that she's just not there with them. Come on, commit, lady.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing at this. Angry Vet 64. Whammon infested galaxy. Told ya.
And that explains why all the ships are crashing. But
That's a good point.
okay, so here's the Night Sister that doesn't look like a Night Sister again. That's cool. Are we at least gonna see her freaking Night Sister magic, please,
Hopefully.
and make it look cool? Like the robes look good, but the makeup doesn't look right at all.
Well, maybe because they cast an Asian actress and they can't like make her too white, or else people will find that offensive.
People think it's whitewashing. It's just, fucking hell.
Yeah. Now creatures can't even be white. Disc Devon, no, the show came out today, already at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are currently watching it live.
Yep. Okay, so I'm seeing green glowing there. Now do the actual green magic. Do better than that.
Well, all you got was her.
Really?
This is the exact same shot as before.
Come on, Night Sister magic looks cool as shit.
So the map shows their galaxy.
Okay. Whoa. The map just got bigger.
Yeah, they're inside the map, folks. Like, actually inside of a map. And now they're aligning the two Venn diagram. Well, two circles creating a Venn diagram. And they're in space Stonehenge. And so now they know the exact coordinates of. What are we looking for again?
Thrawn.
Okay, they're looking for Thrawn. They found where he is.
The last known location of Admiral Thrawn.
All right, folks. So I believe we had a super chat message about where's the villain Thrawn from Adam Walford. I guess we're about to get to him now.
I don't know if we're actually going to get to see him in this episode, but what association did you have with Thrawn? He had fuck all to do with the Night Sisters.
Bro, retro continuity, man. That's all that matters.
The freaking Night Sisters were wiped out by the Empire. Like there were a couple
don't
stragglers.
Say those words. It doesn't matter anymore.
Right? Just like all the Jedi died in Order 66. Oh, wait. No, never mind. There's about 85 more. Well, I hope it was worth it.
It was.
I don't know how Thrawn would call to her to begin with. He doesn't have the Force.
Skype.
Ah.
These two characters are fine.
I'm interested in them. I want to know more, but I would like for them to give me a little bit more to work with in the earlier stages. I don't need it all. Just like give me just a little bit.
Yay, the spaceship's back. Again.
that looks like a sunfish right now.
She's coming in hot.
I mean, Rosario Dawson would.
Oh, there she is in person.
Eh. Okay.
What did he play a lawyer in?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
This guy's so fucking dweeby, but I know him from other shit.
Okay.
Hey, there's the droid from the show.
Right.
They're talking about the last remnants of the Empire, folks.
Yeah.
You know how I keep making fun of Hu Yang?
Yeah.
It's David Tennant.
Is it really?
Yeah, I feel like an asshole now.
What the hell? Doesn't sound like him.
Hey, good for us. You know, we don't have the same. Hold on, I'm gonna find out who this fucking guy is real quick.
She can't take an apprentice to begin with. She was never a knight.
How dare you say that? There's nothing she can't do, Andrew. Well, I can't find out what that actor's name is right now, and it kind of bothers me. But I'll figure it out later.
Oh, that's a vague ass answer.
Soft whooshing.
Greg Kirby, we haven't seen Sabine be force sensitive. She was just using a lightsaber, and I saw zero force powers out of her, so maybe she's just training her in how to use a lightsaber. But
Yeah, they got that thing off Hoth in time. I was so worried.
hooray.
Now all I can hear is David Tennant.
Does it also double as a blaster, or was that his other one? Fair. Ah! Robots got sass.
Thank you, David Tennant. The robot is still talking. Hu Yang is still talking to Sabine Wren.
Uh,
Of course, she's never going to indicate she wants to go back. Characters like this can't show normal human emotions like desires for social interaction. No, no, no. She's going to be stoic and an asshole.
yes.
I can't believe we're already 23 minutes into this episode. This is not a.
Are
This
we
is a lot.
really?
Yeah.
Nothing's happened.
Yeah, this is not a very good episode. Like, the other one's
Yeah, this is
fine.
not a good episode 2 right now.
Maybe they
Like,
should have only dropped the one, because then we would have left on a higher note. Like, yeah, the first one was solid.
no, you're wasting mine with nothing happening.
Oh, wow. I am really waiting for something to happen now.
Yeah. Yeah, stare at the lightsaber. Waste more of my time.
This is the dweebiest dude to ever inhabit Star Wars.
Seriously.
Primary investors, huh? Oh, so now
Ah,
now we're starting to see the First Order pop up, I guess.
perhaps.
Huh.
Ah, didn't like that answer. Any assassin droids?
It won't matter. She'll just whoop their asses.
Ah! Oh. Oops. Ah.
Oh, really? It's a rotation a day, I'm assuming.
Oh.
For the Empire, huh?
Oh.
There we go. It's starting to pick up now. So the dudes in the fucking
Okay.
Rebel shipyard were Imperial spies. So she slices the glass window. That's kind of cool. And now she's running after a spaceship taking off. What the fuck? Thank God she couldn't catch the fucking thing.
I mean. Oh.
Oh, here's
Inquisitor?
another. But these assassin droids. Oh, who is this guy?
That's
Is
an
this
Inquisitor, I think.
It should have been Riva.
Oh, no. Stop that. Frickin' knockoff Dollar General second sister bullshit.
So you know she's gonna beat this dude real quick.
Alright, please give me a decent fight here.
Oh wow, a wide shot. Okay, it's over.
Stop with the cuts.
What the hell was that shot? You couldn't even see the other opponent. It was just to
You
watch
couldn't
a
see
spaceship take off.
anything.
Yeah, this lightsaber choreography is more the same crap.
Yeah, it's
It's just that they show him swing it and they zoom to the reaction and they hold it and they
and
hold it.
then yeah, they zoom in super close. Oh,
Okay, good. You're finally gonna be in danger.
well, shit. A little different when you're not a hologram, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I think we're supposed to be emotionally interested in that droid because it was in the cartoon. This guy sucks. And the droid's already toast.
Okay, that was actually smart using it as a machine shield.
Oh, it's a double-ended
Yeah,
lightsaber. Oh my
definitely an
god.
Inquisitor. Interesting helmet for an Inquisitor, though. It looks like a medieval helmet, really.
Yeah, I just said fuck it and shot it down anyway.
Yeah. More of this shot right here.
Yeah.
Like that wider shot actually looks good. They need to stay on that for more than half a second.
Why is this droid speaking English vaguely?
What the fuck?
There's a lot of atmosphere for this planet. Finally, somebody uses a force push in the middle of a lightsaber duel.
Watch out for that boomerang shit.
Well, you lost your lightsaber, bro. Nope, I guess not. Well, at least the Inquisitor didn't die.
I
He
feel
ran
like
off,
that
folks.
I feel like that fight actually could have been really cool if they had kept the camera pulled back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because in the shots where it was pulled back to that kind of wide shot where it's almost a two-dimensional, like almost like a Street Fighter fighting game plane,
Mm-hmm.
that that looked cool. But then they kept freaking zooming in right up on their faces.
It's because I don't know why, but it doesn't look as good as it could. I like when shit's a little pulled back and you get more of a view of everything.
Yeah. That is good news.
Ahsoka is pleased that her face doesn't change too much.
Yeah.
There's a fucking cat again.
Why cats? See, I don't. On its own, Sabine cutting her hair wouldn't be an issue because I'm pretty sure Sabine's hair was short in Rebels. Um, if you're gonna do it, make it a cooler short haircut, not freaking lame.
It just feels like a stereotypical part of like what they're trying to produce image wise. It's like she's
Yeah,
got to do the hair cutting scene and this and that. It's like it's cliched. Come on, can you at least give something different?
yeah.
If you're
Oh,
gonna have
so
to
we're
follow the
gonna
same cliches, try not to.
we're gonna equip the old Mandalorian armor. And if so, is it going to not look like crap?
So what came first? Her hair color matching the armor, or the armor matching her hair color?
I'm pretty sure her hair was like light violet and dark violet in Rebels. I think. Yep, here she goes. She's going to use the knife and chop off her hair. That looks like one of my kitchen knives.
You have nice kitchen knives if they're that old. Might be an antique.
Well, Dark Winter, yes, but if we're going with the whole dark saber thing, Mandalorians know how to use blade weapons, and it's not a stretch for her to be trained in how to use a lightsaber. What I take issue with is the implication that she's at some point been Ahsoka's apprentice. That's what makes no sense to me. Her learning how to use a lightsaber is completely inoffensive, but her being called an apprentice to a former Jedi Padawan, I should say specifically, that is.
Oh, great. Chopper. I'm not going to like you for very long.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dig that droid at all.
I'm already in the camp of could we watch it get blown up at the
Can
end?
we destroy this one?
Hey, we got L337 destroyed, so yay, we don't have to deal with Harrison Dula anymore. But she'll be around in hologram.
I mean, she was fine.
Yeah,
I think Hera was
no
pretty
character.
inoffensive.
Yeah, there's only been one character that we can kind of laugh at, and she's on screen right now.
Yeah. See, you can do a short feminine hairstyle and make it look good. I prefer long hair, but that hair,
It just
I
looks like a shittier wig.
I don't. What it does, I mean, that's a pretty young actress, and what it does is it makes her look less attractive.
Remember, women aren't allowed to be attractive in Disney productions.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
They're not allowed to do that either. She looks like a cosplayer.
See that hair right there on the right, that would have worked. Not what they went with here. Cetos. That's such a lazy name for a planet.
I know, man.
This is a planet that's 98% water. What do we call it? Cetos.
Mustafar should have just been lava toss.
All right.
Like, an Endor would have been Fora tossed or
It's
something
gonna
like
be
that.
worse. Could have called it salad toss.
Ugh.
Went there.
I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna comment on that one.
Yeah, went there.
Hey, it's that same shot of the ship again.
No, see that's where I take issue. She has no force connection. She can't be a Jedi. Also, you were never a Jedi Knight, so you can't train someone to become one.
Don't question her. That's sexist.
Just just train her in the ways of using the lightsaber. That's fine. That's completely fine. Oh, they're building something big.
Yay, more Star Destroyers. The Eye of
Eye of
Sion.
that doesn't sound like Eye of Sauron at all.
Yes, use the Force, baby. He's just kind of vibing out in the Force, guys.
Yeah.
That was it?
It felt like the first half of that episode was entirely useless. The second half stuff actually happened. We got a
Yeah.
fight, albeit a slightly underwhelming one.
It feels
But
so weird reading the credit based on Star Wars by George Lucas.
right, that is super weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we thought and
Oh
check in
man.
with the audience, and then we'll, you know, keep the stream to time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You all have been awesome in the chat.
Yes, folks, you have. It's been a wonderful evening so far. That's always a fun time here. It's kind of redundant to say, but we'll say it each and every time. All right, so now that we've watched both episodes, what did you think overall?
I think overall it washes out to be fine, moderately serviceable. I think the first episode was stronger than I expected, albeit still not great. But the unfortunately that only applied up until basically the end when they had that horrible fight with the assassin droids and this new dark Jedi chick, and that fight was just so bad.
Yeah, it was. I concur with your assessment. I didn't think it was. It was. It started out good. It never
I
got
was
great,
expecting it
and
to
then it
be a
got
lot
dumb.
worse. You know.
Yeah, I was too, but somehow that second episode definitely did wash it out to be just across the board like a zero. It's like, oh great, I watched that,
Yeah, the
and
second episode just almost it felt like nothing happened for the first 20 minutes.
because it didn't.
And that's like, okay, that's cool. Now what? Cuz when it's just the pacing in that second episode felt really off compared to the pacing that was actually very solid in that first episode. Um and so I don't understand what their glitch was with that second episode. These Disney Star Wars shows have had a pacing problem. Um, like they'll do really well in the pilot episode to the series or a given season, and then after that, all of a sudden it feels just like either nothing's happening or too much is happening that feels like doesn't matter. And
Well,
it's just kind of narrative whiplash, honestly.
yeah, and I don't. It's not bad enough to be angry or outraged at. I'm sure people are, going to get pre-angry about, oh, but the book, it doesn't have what Heir to the Empire. It's like, look, that's always going to be better.
Yeah,
It's never
Timothy
going to be.
Zahn's work is always going to be better than anything that Disney puts out. That's just not. They're never going to get close to that.
I know it's early to ask, but where do you rank this among the other Star Wars series that, let's just say, the first two episodes of other Star Wars series? Where does Ahsoka sit for you?
I mean, I would put it above Kenobi because Kenobi was just I, that show actually made me angry. And I didn't watch Andor. I had no interest in Andor whatsoever. I've really only kept up with and paid attention to Mando, and only because I liked a lot of the characters that are in there. Mandalorian season 3, oof, that was underwhelming, we'll say, to be kind. Um, I mean, if I were to just judge it off the first episode, I'd say it started off better than both Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi. The second episode was rough though. That first half. See, RC or R Chula in the chat said this was worse than Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett. I cannot agree with that whatsoever. Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi were unbelievably damaging to long time, decades old characters that are beloved in the franchise, and I can't bring myself. And also, I think just from an objective standpoint and a technical standpoint, I find that to be inaccurate entirely because both of those shows had horrendous shooting and bad CGI throughout. Ahsoka was actually fairly consistent with the cinematography, with the exception of those fights, which was annoying because, like we were saying earlier, when they had those pulled back shots, it looked cool. And then there were just a couple of blending issues with the ships. And I also noticed when Ahsoka goes back to Sabine's apartment or whatever it was and gets jumped by that droid and she cuts it down, the blending on that droid was actually really bad when it's hitting the floor. It like looked it looked like 2003 Hulk levels of blending. I was like, "Oh, ooh,
That
somebody
hurt me,
somebody
and I'm not even affiliated with this show.
somebody didn't finish that up in post. Someone missed that one. But yeah, I would so far put this definitely above Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett, which doesn't necessarily say much because of how bad those two shows were. But I mean, it that's the best I can do for now.
Yeah, I I guess where I'm gonna rank it is similar to yours. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to take the easy way out, but you were very eloquent on that point, and you also kind of echo my sentiments. The Mandalorian had me hyped up. It was like a little better it was much better when it started, but the later
Mhm.
seasons not so much.
Especially the third one. Yeah.
This show, here's my guess with how this show will be received. It'll be received well by half of the audience. You
Hmm.
know which half I'm talking about that likes the pro women whatever stuff. The other half won't like it, but if we're gonna do bad math, there will still be a large group of people that this show. I don't think the show will be very memorable. This will be the one Star Wars show that's like, oh yeah, Ahsoka happened. Like
Right. Do you think on
Andor.
the level of Andor happened, or people don't even acknowledge that Andor happened because nobody watched it?
Well, there will be a second season locked in, so I think, and I don't think Ahsoka has that guaranteed. So I think Ahsoka could be the forgotten Star Wars show.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
It it just feels like the prequels though. It's like, oh man, they're off with a map. They're looking for this. They're chasing down that. The remnants of the Empire. What? That's kind of how I feel about the show.
You mean
So
the sequels?
yeah, oh
Is what
yeah,
you
the
meant?
sequels. Excuse me.
That's what I thought you meant. So I heard sequels in my head when you said it. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. Like some of the story beats seem about that. Um, the I mean, so far, for the most part, the characters aren't, they're not insufferable. There was the annoying thing with Sabine punching a freaking HK series droid because that makes all the sense in the world. Um, I just, I don't know. Like, I can see how people who are invested in those characters, like if they were big fans of Rebels, which I haven't watched, I can see how maybe those people would get more out of this. I only know of Ahsoka what I've experienced in Clone Wars. And while she's a character that certainly grows as a character, she ultimately leaves kind of a bad taste in the mouth, mainly because Filoni ruined her arc by bringing her back or by inventing time travel in Star Wars just to quote unquote save her and bring her back. Um, when her dying at the hands of Vader would have been a perfect close to her character arc. She served her purpose and she grew as a character. And grew to be quite liked by a lot of people, and I think that got into Filoni's head too much, and he said, "Oh, people really like this character that I created, and so now she needs to stick around. I got to figure out a way to save her." And no, you don't. Sometimes characters have a beginning and an end, and they serve their purpose, and let them go out on that, like, that high note. And that is a high note. A character getting killed off isn't necessarily a low thing if it works narratively. And that did work narratively. And then they decided to you know, change their mind on that because Filoni couldn't live without her.
I mean, you couldn't get a. You mean couldn't live without her by couldn't get a paycheck that was going to help him move out in California without Ahsoka. Those residuals must be too sweet. Like, dude.
Oh yeah, well it's his primary contribution to the franchise was Ahsoka. Otherwise, most of the characters he created are like, okay, fine, there. You know, Hera and Sabine are inoffensive on their own, but he hasn't created a Han Solo. He hasn't created a Luke Skywalker. He didn't create an Obi-Wan Kenobi or a Darth Vader. He's got some characters in there that are good. He's not completely talentless, but the thing is, he got sucked into his own hype, and now all he's doing is showing his limitations. It's like, no, you had this much in you, and you're trying to pretend like you had this much times 100, and you don't.
I agree with that, actually. Again, sorry to sound redundant, but
no, you're good.
I feel like a lot of people were so ready to, anything besides JJ and Ryan Johnson, and they were ready for Filoni, and like you said, he just showed himself to kind of be mid.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's check in with the audience, shall we? Our friend Adama says, "Hey Andrew, I got both of my ISOM 2s this weekend. I will read Friday after work."
Excellent. Adama, I hope you enjoy it, but equally as importantly, thank you for your support. Both of this channel and of our book.
Yeah, folks, check out the Rippaverse stuff. Adam Wofford says, "Where's Thrawn? The main villain?" Well, not in this episode.
Yeah, we're looking for Thrawn.
Where's Thrawn? That should be the fucking title card for this week's reviews. Scotty Joe says, "At least we know Thrawn's ship won't be wrecked, right? Also, you can't do the Night Sisters dirty like that. They were so dope."
Yeah, the Night Sisters are cool as shit. That annoys me that they decide to make her a Night Sister, but also not like put in the effort to make her look like one.
I mean, they got to cut corners somewhere.
Yeah, that white makeup is expensive.
It's the cheapest thing on set, and they still won't use it.
Right? Jeez.
We can't lighten skin. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, we can't whitewash this actress. She took the fucking role, didn't she?
TLJ Screwjob says, or did I read this one already? 25% of the way through the show and no Thrawn yet?
I don't think you read that one yet.
Didn't think so. I was still thinking about how annoyed I was that chick got stabbed like all the way through. Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm aight. Just a flesh wound.
Yeah, that's modern Star Wars, folks. No gravity, no stakes. Just, hey, I got stabbed through the chest and I'm gonna live. Like, it takes a decapitation to stay down.
What are consequences? What are narrative consequences?
I will not watch these again. Meaning, like, I will probably finish the show for the channel, but I would never go back and rewatch this show. Nothing was that cool.
Yeah, nothing out of this makes me want to be like, oh, maybe I missed something. I really want to go back and rewatch that. No, I think I got everything I needed to out of it.
Darian217 says, "It was young Jeff Jamram on the wall of the mural."
It had to have been.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what happens, folks. When you say the magic word on this channel, you get
Jamram! Of all the names you're going to name a character.
Ram Jamaram. There's Leox Gayasi, Ram Jamaram, and Slate.
Yeah.
Those are terrible Star Wars names. They sound like villains the Ninja Turtles would fight.
Geode.
Oh, yeah, Geode. I got a rock. That's the fucking. I want
That's
that button.
exactly what it is. I have a rock.
Obviously, this show can go very downhill, but let's remain positive about that. Anything else you want to say before we put tonight's show to bed?
Oh, I'll say this: the knee jerk reaction is going to be hyperbolic because of how bad Star Wars has been for a very long time now. And I don't think that's the route we should take. I feel like we should judge it episode by episode as is. Like I said, the first episode was fine, but that that final sequence, that final 5 minutes or whatever, that was rough. And then the second episode, like the first half of it, just felt like nothing was happening and nothing, it wasn't going anywhere, right? And so I think it's important to judge things individually. And I think to call this absolute dog water or the worst thing I've ever seen is disingenuous, personally. And it very well may get there. Like, there's still 6 episodes to go. That's plenty of time. In fact, that's more time than Disney Star Wars typically needs to turn into another shit show. So I'm not removing the possibility that this could end up being, worse than Book of Boba Fett and worse than Kenobi. The possibility is absolutely there. I hope that doesn't end up being the case. I hope it winds up turning out to be a serviceable show, even decent. That'd be nice. But as it stands, I'm not going to call it the worst thing ever because it's not yet. I, as a Star Wars fan and as just somebody that like has a moderate level of knowledge of how to critique, I I can't say that it's the worst thing ever. I'm just going to say that so far it's fine, it's passable, and I guess as Disney Star Wars standards go, that's great. Um, but I wish that they could put out something that would get people hyped on the level of like that first season of Mandalorian.
I would
Remember
like that
that?
too.
Remember how weird that was when obviously there were still people that took issue with it, and that's perfectly fine. A lot of them had perfectly valid reasons to, but there was a very very like not since prior to the Disney buyout and the start of the sequel trilogy, there was this almost unity in the Star Wars fandom, or at least a lot more of it, something that more resembled unity than we had seen in a long time. And even journalists like over at Forbes and other websites were like, people aren't arguing over Mandalorian, and it's weird. And I was like, yeah, it is kind of weird. And I have my own issues with even that first season of Mandalorian, but overall, I quite enjoyed it, and that's why I was looking forward to the second season and was hoping that the third season would carry on with that. But well, you and I both watched that.
Yeah,
it there was a distinct drop in quality.
Our friend Jack White says, Jeff, have you checked out any of the series I sent you to links yet? I haven't watched anything yet, man. I'll be honest. I have to, I have to watch it. I've been away at the con. So, somebody in the chat says, since we don't watch Rebels, we're not allowed to have an opinion. Do you think that's valid?
I mean, I don't think that's okay, so I think it depends on what you're talking about. I think if you're referring to specifically having an issue with a character that was, prominent in Rebels, and maybe we just don't understand the character because we didn't watch that show. Okay, that's fair, that's valid. You can still judge certain things more or less subjectively, like, okay, does this person have kind of a dynamic arc to them? Do they have anything about them that's remotely likable? You can still judge those things, and you can still judge this show, as a piece of work. How is the cinematography? How is the dialogue? How is the pacing? How are the special effects? How are the practical effects? There are plenty of things you can judge about a thing and not necessarily come from a place of, uh, prior knowledge on, something that came before it, and still judge the objective things. Something can still, uh, be a good or bad piece of cinema or TV on a technical aspect. Things that you can just judge objectively, you know.
Yeah. I don't think that's a valid criticism because judging on how the show's produced, that's where my opinion comes from.
Yeah.
I'm not confused by any of the elements. It doesn't matter, but cliched elements are still cliched elements, and bad choreography and bad things like that still are bad. It's not gonna, watching a cartoon from a decade ago isn't gonna make me go, oh wow, that makes sense why the show looked like shit. Like that doesn't look. That is what it is. Plus, also too, Disney spends stupid amounts of money.
Yeah.
Why is there an excuse for anything to look bad?
Right. No, with the amount of money that Disney throws at these, none of these should at minimum look bad.
Not at all. Mr. Cognito says, not sure if this was addressed yet, but am I the only one tired of people surviving being stabbed by lightsabers and surviving?
I mean, I guess it just all depends on where they get stabbed.
I mean, I don't like when people get stabbed in the torso area and just keep surviving. It's like, I thought it was stupid that Darth Maul survived getting cut in half.
Yes.
I think it's stupid. Like, and then other people get swatted down with a lightsaber and then they're just dead. It's very like the lightsaber is a very inconsistent weapon. I liked it when it was just the most deadly thing in the universe. It's like, oh shit, the lightsaber, nothing's more powerful. And then they create the Magna Guards with those staffs that can deflect them and all these other things. I don't know. I'm just tired of the lightsaber being constantly overpowered and underpowered at the same time. Like, it was cool when Qui-Gon cut the door open. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool when, Luke beat Vader with it, or Luke fighting in Return of the Jedi with it. That was even cooler. But I don't know. It takes away the impact. And it's like, yeah, I got stabbed. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to be okay.
To that point, I think it even looked, and you mentioned it while we were watching, it even looked cool when Ahsoka freaking cut that hole the way she did with her dual lightsabers at the beginning of the first episode. Like, that even looked pretty cool. But when it comes to combat and people taking, a major injury or damage from a lightsaber, yeah, there seems to be a massive inconsistency. Like in that opening, them freaking the Dark Jedi or whatever the hell they haven't really told us what they are yet. I think it's very clear that the dude, Balin was his name. I think it's pretty clear that he's a fallen Jedi. But when he was cutting, he and his little apprentice were cutting through the officers on that, New Republic ship. Like they were barely getting nicked is what the effects looked like. And then they were dying. But Sabine gets stabbed through the torso. Shiite. Like, come on, guys. Can we have some consistency here, please?
No, you can't.
Well, shit.
No, you're asking for too much. Sherlock08 says, I'll take a Jam Ram and a Joe Rogan high as fuck, please. Of course.
Jam Ram!
There's your first button. And where's your second one? It's right about here.
Imagine if you gave a white supremacist 5-MeO DMT, and then as the first one, as they're exhaling,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What a rush!
So, Andrew, anything else you want to say? Because so far, these articles are trying to say that it has mixed reviews and it has a lower rating than any of the Mandalorian season, but Ahsoka sits at an 83%. So the news makes it sound like this show's being ripped apart, but it's 83% positive score, so that's pretty high.
I mean, that's lower than I expected for like the critic reviews. I'm sure there's quite a bit of people that are ripping into it. Some fairly, some probably not as objectively as I would say should be done. Because look, make no mistake, it's not a great show so far. Like the first episode was a decent start, but then already in the second episode, it kind of was like, oh, why are we here, right? So I'm sick of the hyperbole. I'm not doing the hyperbole thing anymore. Like a thing that comes out just because it's made by one person or another isn't going to automatically be the worst thing in the world to me. If it ends up being the worst thing in the world, you will hear me call it that in no uncertain terms. But I'm not gonna call something dog shit just for the sake of it, and just because I, by and large, don't like Disney or Disney Star Wars. I think two things can be true at once. I think I can still be objective and say that, all right, this isn't very good. It's not great. Maybe it's just bad. But worst thing in the world, worse than the sequel trilogy? Come on. Like,
Yeah.
no. Like, sorry. Did you watch Last Jedi? Did you watch Rise of Skywalker? No. You didn't if you are calling this worse than that.
Well, I'm sure the videos and articles will be out tomorrow about that.
Oh, yeah. We have plenty of it.
So, folks, thank you for watching. Make sure you check... Oh, Jack White says, series recommendations for you. And Eden Zero Classroom of the Elite. Let me take a picture of that one. Have you heard of that one?
I know of Classroom of the Elite, not Eden Zero.
Oh, those are two different shows. Okay, I thought it was one long show. Oh, I'll have to check it out, Jack. Mary Mayhem, what is up? She says, shut up and take my money.
A happy belated birthday chat to Mary. Yesterday was her birthday, so please wish her a happy belated birthday.
I got the best way to wish her a happy birthday, Andrew.
You found my secret button. Lucky you. Lucky me.
Well, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was. And that's why. That's why.
That was, albeit not entirely unexpected.
Oh, she says no, Jeff. No. Well, Mary, I echo the sentiment of the chat right here. We love Mary Mayhem. Folks, make sure you're checking her out on Shenanigans and everything she puts out. Andrew, is there anything else you'd like to say before we put this one to bed?
You know, I think I've said all I really can about Ahsoka, because there wasn't that much to say, not yet anyway. So, guys, check back with us next week, same time, same channel, and do us a favor. If you want more of these kind of like watch along shows, like, get the word out about it and let us know that you want more of this, whether it's in Discords, whether it's in guild servers, Twitter, the World Class BS Facebook group, all of that. Make sure you're letting us know the kind of content that you want to be watching, so that we can give you the kind of content that you want to watch, so you can come watch it.
Exactly. Thank you, man. You said it better than I could have. Our friend Shogun Orta, haven't heard from you in a while, he says, if you have a show where normies aren't familiar with the characters, you can judge it despite not watching Rebels, in my opinion. What, throw out half of your audience?
Right. Well, that's like what I was saying. You can still critique it on objective technical things rather than necessarily subjective things like having experience with these specific characters.
Yeah. Shogun, I'm with you too about the, turning off your general audiences. I've seen some of the reviews say that was a downfall of the show so far, that it was trying to get people up to speed if you didn't watch Rebels, but nothing besides the original Star Wars movies were as ubiquitous. I mean, everybody knew the general premise of Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi. Yes, it's kind of simple. It's like, oh, it's the story of Luke becoming a Jedi and beating Darth Vader. Like, everybody kind of knew that thing. The prequels, less people knew about the outcome of that one. And then the sequels, and now it's even smaller than that. So you do have to keep your normal audiences in mind. We're not the normies. We do know tons about Star Wars and love it and hate it and all that stuff. But we'll wait and see what happens with the show. But like I said, guys, make sure you or like Andrew said, just tell us what you want to watch, where you want it, and spread the word. If we see the numbers keep going up, we'll do more of everything you guys want. So I will just say this before we go. Check out today's video. Go to stealingsolo.com to get yourself the best Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. And I keep shipping those books out each and every day. We took a huge order to the post office yesterday, and we'll take all the orders that have come in through the show and stuff tomorrow. So if you want to get a copy of the best Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, folks, there's only one place to get it, from me, because I wrote and drew it. stealingsolo.com. So from all of us here, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.